Hello, 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 and thank you for joining me today. Hopefully you had a great weekend and we're ready to take on this week. Are you ready? I am. And so let's go on and let's get started. Okay, so if you've been following along on my channel, you know our daily read is about getting a little bit of insights on money, relationship, career, and well-being. And just as it is with anything, if you just happen to fall onto this video today and this is not like the day that I'm doing this reading because you've just picked up an old video, well, the way the universe works, there may be something in here that may resonate with you, and you may be able to contemplate on it a little bit and use it as a golden nugget that might help you through whatever you're going through today. Okay? So let's take a look. And if anything, just chuckle a little bit. Indulge your pleasures of just relaxing and give yourself a little break. Okay, let's see what breaks out today in the area of money. Okay, well, what are we talking about here? What does it say? It definitely looks like it's a holding pattern for something. So we have a little situation here, not looking too good. Definitely looks like something that, and I'm getting some old news. Some old news is affecting the flow of money. So if you're in paper trading, some breaking news is coming out that's holding things in a certain pattern, and it's very hard to make that move if you were thinking about it. So definitely there's a movement about, it sure feels, I'm getting a feeling of not moving and not changing. So Monday's off to a rocky start there at Wall Street. Other than that, there's something in the collective that is kind of saying to be very careful with making any moves. I am getting a heavy message about real estate and real estate markets down, or values, or something's going to happen in relationship to money that's tied to real estate. So I'm getting a message about that. Looks like it's a collective group because it's more about that than anything else. So be extra careful with your money management. If it has to do with your mortgage, you may want to take a look if you're trying to figure out and you're seeing something up ahead, maybe in the career that's a little situation. You may want to start figuring out how to prepare yourself, cushion yourself, depending on what's going to show up in this area over here. Okay, so let's take a look now at relationship. What is faring out for the day today for relationship? Okay. I'm smelling the coffee. Are y'all smelling the coffee? Okay. What is in store in the area of relationship? What you talking about? I'm just going to keep going. Look at this. Keep going, keep moving forward. Definitely there's a sense here in the area of relationship. This is a message about standing up for yourself, standing up for your values, standing up for what you believe in. And it is enough, it's enough. You've come to that place where you've been taken for granted. And you know what? You have been also undermining yourself and your talents. And sometimes when we play the victim, we don't realize how much harm we're making for ourselves because we're not giving ourselves the opportunity to test our skills in the present moment. And so by you emancipating yourself and showing that you have courage and tenacity, and that you can stand up for the things that you believe in, you begin to gain the respect of those around you and add more value to the relationships. But you still have to go through this little test today, and you're going to have to deal with, those uncomfortable moments where you really need to be the voice and just let them be shocked. What can I say? They're not expecting that this brave person is inside there. And sometimes you've been giving. And one day comes, it's like, okay, you know what? It's time to pay the piper. Guess what? I got a few things to say too. What? Uh-huh. All right. Where are we? Okay, let's see how career is going to roll out. So we are in this place, insecurity. So when we're talking about career, we're talking about academics. We're talking about those people that are in the academic world. They're in college, universities, moving forward, thinking about the future. We're talking about the entrepreneurs. We're talking about the business owners. We're talking about the workers and the wage earners. We're talking about all these aspects, even of those people that their life is their career. It's like they wake up every day, they have a purpose, and they actually have exchange of services in the non-traditional way, because now the world has changed and the way that we offer our services has changed. So there's a lot of things that are coming into play, and because the world has changed, it has created some type of insecurity. And that's interesting, because now I'm seeing that these two major cards here are both upside down. So what could be that there's a situation about work and the ability to manage some things that may have to do with the mortgage. That's interesting. And therefore now you have to stand up for yourself and deal with these issues. And the issue that this is a collective situation can only be a reflection of what's happening in the economy and in the politics of the economy. But if you're wise, you will begin to take this and see how you can make this and manage this situation. Okay. Well-being. What do we have for well-being? So here, what I see is that part of the well-being is also our spiritual well-being, not just mental, not just physical, not just emotional, but also spiritual. And how do you feel? Where's your faith? Where are you grounding, your heart and your feelings and your faith so that you can move forward? And if you feel like you have been disconnected, part of that well-being that's going to help you deal with some of these challenges that are being presented is the ability for you to connect yourself and put yourself back on track with your faith so that you can manage these situations. And sometimes we get these little messages to remind us about our faith. How strong is it? Don't even add one seed of fear into your garden, because it can just create such a disaster. But if you keep nurturing love, gratitude, peace, and faith, you will be able to weather the storm. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple little things here that I wanted to look at. Get some clarification. Wow, it's in reversed. And wow, they're both like advisors. So with the career, feeling that you know, the life purpose, and that life is more than money, and have you connected with your spiritual wealth. Isn't that something? The spiritual wealth, and it's upside down. So again, so you might feel somewhat depleted. How about this one? It says here, the counselor, guide, and divine path. So definitely being able to bring this spiritual awareness and bring yourself back into alignment to what is your divine purpose will be really critical. And try and do that as the homework, and or contemplate on it. Okay, let's take a look at what the universal message is. The universal message. Okay, well, my friend, here we are back at this. But together we can persevere, and together we can weather the storm. Okay, so it's upside down. The angel of perfectionism. Polishing your creative project is fine, but don't allow perfectionistic fear to result in procrastination. So this is really about honing in some of the things that you're doing. And you know what you want to do. You know where you want to go. And the thing is that as you declutter and allow yourself to take that next step without worrying about being perfect. Perfection is really harnessed in every moment. It's when we look back, we say, wow, I really didn't know all that I needed to know, or I really wasn't applying myself all the way I should have. But it's because you're looking through the rearview mirror. This is the moment right now where we're being asked to step up, show up, and do. And so see what you can do about the things that are presenting in your life, and just taking that next step. Put your faith in God. Go and align yourself again and put your faith in God, because that is an unending fountain of abundance, of love, of joy. But you know what? In the moment, it's taking action and not being afraid, but having faith. Restore your faith and move forward, and soon the path will be made clear. All right, my friends. Well, thank you for joining me. Come back tomorrow and let's see what the cards will reveal.